Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here joined with Call for the Moon. Hey, how you doing, dude?
I'm doing very well. How are you, man?
How you enjoying Turkey here, Istanbul? Is this your first time here or second?
No, I've been here like 2-3 times.
Yeah?
Actually, because I've been here to meet my friend Engin Altan Düzyatan. He invited me a couple of times, so we've been hanging out, and he's here now. We're going to the conference together, correct?
Exactly. Yeah, Engin Altan. He was famous for a TV series called Integral. Yeah. Yes, I actually watched that in Spanish, right? With Spanish subtitles once I was living in Chile. Yes, it was good. It was really good.
He's an amazing actor. He's more famous than I think we can even comprehend. When he came to Dubai to visit me, he couldn't walk 5 meters without people taking pictures all the time. He needed like mask like this and a cap like this to walk like this because otherwise people.
No way!
It was crazy. Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Well, I look forward to meeting him. We are here for a conference called the Blockchain Economy here in Istanbul. Links are in the description below. If you are planning to come down, right, you'll get 15% off the tickets. So check that out if you want 15% off. So yeah. Alrighty. So Carl, what do you think about the Bitcoin price? They're headed in the downward direction. Yes. How far of a spiral down can we go? As we struggled to move up to the 28,000 and didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
It looked like it was going there because, if you look left, right, once the market gets into an area where there's a large downtrend, it usually comes up and fills that gap, that long candle. But it didn't do it this time.
Yeah, so we already established a downtrend, so we have to take into consideration that the bears are in control.
Yes.
Now, what I told my audience on my YouTube channel is that we were seeing a breakout on the daily time frame, the weekly time frame. It looked amazing, but after a few days of breaking out, there was a big head and shoulders that formed, and the target out of these head and shoulders we met right now actually, slightly below $21,000. We could now start reversing maybe back towards the upside because we didn't break like superstructural support, but I think in all, the bears are in control, and the bulls have a lot of things to prove to us for us to be able to even consider a big bullish reversal on the weekly time frame.
Yes, it's going to be a very long struggle as the market tries to reverse itself. Why? Because a lot of people feel that they've been burned.
Yeah.
Right? They feel that, hey, you know what, if it goes up to this level or this level, they come up with their own levels, whether it be 24,000, 25,000, 26,000.
Yeah.
Where they're going to just sell and walk away. And so that's a lot of selling pressure.
The chain reaction of bankruptcies and insolvencies in 3 Hours Capital, Celsius, Luna, it's been very hard on the crypto industry. Whether you are directly affected or not, everyone is affected because as an industry, that was a huge blow.
Yes.
And it's going to take some time to recover. People that lost money, of course, it will take time for them to recover. And for the industry and the reputation as a whole, we need to recover and heal the wounds. And it's going to take months, if not a couple of years, before we see that, in my opinion. But it is always possible that macro forces just make everything happen faster because we're seeing high inflation.
Exactly.
We're seeing a monetary crisis like we've never seen before. That could be the big wild card that could bring Bitcoin to astronomical highs before it should technically go there.
Exactly. This could easily change. I mean, Bitcoin could kick the US dollar down the hole, right? And say, this is Bitcoin at any moment because of the high inflation, the high money printing. And, people will want to protect themselves in that environment. However, we are going through an economic disaster and of some sort of recession. And when that happens, when somebody sells their stock, do they sell it into Bitcoin?
Their stock?
Yeah.
No.
What do they
US
sell?
dollars.
Yes. Do they sell their bonds into Bitcoin?
No.
Exactly. US dollars.
But they do sell their Shibas into Bitcoin. Or actually maybe USDT even.
Yes, exactly. So we have to be realistic as we go into this economic a recession, right, which could turn into a massive economic collapse, the dollar will take it and catch a bid. However, I feel that that's a trap, in my opinion. Why? Is because as everybody starts selling, right, that means everybody's got to sell their assets, or their good assets, and when their good assets are used as collateral for the bank, well, they can't pay their loans back, or they can't pay off their loans, or they just default on their loans, and so the banks are screwed. And because if a bank doesn't, if you don't pay the bank has to pay it back, the loan, even though they put it out of nothing. And so they have to sell all their assets, and what happens is they can end up going under. And since you just sold all your assets to put in the bank, what do you think happens if the bank goes under? Have you heard of what's called bail-ins? Yes. What are bail-ins? Explain it to the people.
Bail-ins is when the money that they take to pay off their own debt comes from your bank account. It's a nice business idea for the banks.
Exactly.
Not for you.
Not so much for you.
No.
And so this is why I think it's a trap, because you're going to be selling your dollars into a bank. You're not selling into cash, the physical cash. So they'll be able to go, oh, okay, well, now we're broke, so the bail-in's coming into effect, so thank you.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yes, that's coming.
Yeah. When do you think it's coming?
I think it could come as early as September, October.
Oh, really?
Yes, as fast as that.
But actually, in a way, we already have bail-ins. Why? Because we have super high inflation. So all of your bank accounts are already getting drained every single day without you even noticing it. Now people start noticing it, but that is a form of bail-in because they print money into their own hands while taking the purchasing power out of your hands, which is in your bank account.
Yes, this is all caused to raise the asset prices, the asset, like, for example, real estate or their stocks or anything that they've purchased with debt.
Yeah.
And so that they can pretend to be solvent, even though they're not. And so that's why we have this coming looming collapse, because you can't do it forever.
Yeah.
Right? It eventually looks bad, right? And people start selling, and then boom, it all collapses down.
The system is completely screwed. That's why you need to hold Bitcoin, guys. Go right now and make sure that you hold as much Bitcoin as you possibly can in your portfolio, because everything else is going to completely die in the next few years. Or at least there's a big risk that everything else completely collapses, especially stocks, currencies, and
your bank account.
Yeah, wow. You're not even gonna be able to access it.
Yes.
You will not even be able to access the number 0 on your bank account. It's gonna be probably negative even. You're gonna owe the bank money, even though you like. Honestly, I think we're going into insane territories now. Like we can see like negative interest rates and these bail-ins. We're going to see things happening in the next few years that we've never seen before.
Exactly. Because the reason why is because, think about it. Throughout history, human history, we've had interest rates above 5% or more, right? The lowest they've ever been is like average around 5%. So, but in the last, I would say, if you were to average it all together, for the last 20 years, it's been lower than 2% easily. And for most of 2010, from 2010 to now, it's been 0 or negative. Think about that.
5 countries
10 years.
have had negative. 5 countries have had negative for at least a few years. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Negative interest rates.
That has never happened ever in the history of mankind, ever.
Yeah, it's almost like saying tomorrow all cars in Turkey have to drive backwards.
Exactly.
The same logic applies.
Exactly.
So, which is like zero logic. Like it's reverse.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. And so what has to happen is that there's going to be some sort of event to correct this, and it's going to be rapid and nasty.
Very nasty. Yeah, when this flips, whoosh, it's going to go fast, and it's going to be very, very ugly.
Oh man, you're scaring me. You're scaring me.
Yeah, but actually we hold Bitcoin, which means that we are safe. I believe we're safe. Gold and Bitcoin are 2 things you should have if you believe that what we're saying is true. because then you're basically buying your own ticket to the Noah's Ark.
Exactly.
I was on Fox Business telling people this very analogy. Let me share it with you. Gold and Bitcoin, but specifically Bitcoin, is like getting your ticket to the Noah's Ark, because you're gonna float on this massive currency disaster while everything else just gets flooded away with this flood of currency. So buy Bitcoin so that you are saved with the very few people in the world that will be able to do that, because most people still don't know about Bitcoin.
Exactly.
You're lucky enough to know what it is. Make sure that you act and actually buy it.
Exactly. And this is why I say every time I end my videos with Bitcoin's real, Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.